has been a minute, hasn't it, guys? Welcome back to another Smite build video. I apologize, I know I say this a lot, but I do have constant internet fuck-ups. Smite, by the way, just had an update on console, so I feel a little obligated to take the road off of doing assassin classes to doing the newest god that is just released for I don't know if it came out on PS4 yet, but it is out on PC. It's been out for a couple weeks maybe. And it just came out yesterday for Xbox, and Smite was being fucky. So, welcome to Ganesha's build and my little first overview. I don't really know a lot about Ganesh. I didn't see anything about him, but I'm going to go over his abilities right now and then make a build for him real quick, because I imagine, just like every other Guardian, he's built pretty much the same way, and I have every Guardian in the game mastered, so I can pretty much get it down on how to build one pretty efficiently. So let's go over Ganesha's abilities. First is his passive ability, Good Fortune. This is a buff. Anytime Ganesh deals a killing blow, the nearest friendly god will receive credit for the kill, and Ganesh receives a reward for an assist instead. In addition, his assist range is increased by 20, and his time before losing an assist credit is increased by 5. Sorry, I just had a little fuck up there. My degenerate sleep schedule makes me wake up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm recording this at 6 o'clock in the morning because I have no fucking idea what to do with my life besides make a video right now, because I just got my internet back up and running. So Ganesh is pretty good for its passive. I actually like this. This is actually something I've wanted to do. Me and my friends make a running joke, hashtag get a god to diamond without any kills. You can actually do that pretty efficiently with Ganesh, and if you have a bunch of assists, I mean, you pretty much just add the kills and assists and divide by 2 at that point. Ganesh's first ability, Turn of Fate, is a line. Ganesh curses his enemies with a considerable willpower, damaging them for each enemy hit up to a maximum of 5. All allied gods within 55 units of Ganesh gain bonus damage. That's actually really cool. At level 5, they gain an additional 330 damage, and then it's 2% every stack. That's pretty fucking good, not gonna lie. This is seeming to actually be one of the little, support. I'd say Kepri and, maybe Kuzenbo. Not really Kuzenbo. He's more of a benefit for himself. Not a lot of gods in this game for Guardian-wise, support your team in a way. They do. They're all the support class, but, supporting in a way of, how Ganesh does, where they're giving you more damage, which is fucking essential in team fights at some points. And especially if you get a line, and I'm pretty sure this procs off of creeps as well. I'll test it out in a bit. But let's go over to Ganesh's second ability is Om. Ganesh begins chanting and rises into the lotus position, where he is slowed slightly but may travel freely in all directions. While chanting, he silences enemy gods in the cone in front of him and increases the physical protections for all nearby allied gods. Another one right there. Ganesh is he's turned out to look like the most supportive support in the game, which I'm actually surprised they released him pretty quickly, because everyone kind of knew he was coming out already. But it's a little weird to think about, considering Kuzenbo, Carnunos, and then just another Guardian. That's never really happened before in Smite. Ganesh's third ability, Remove Obstacles, is a dash. Ganesh charges forward, hooking an enemy with his goad, I hope I pronounced that correctly, holding them in place and damaging them before knocking them up. While dashing, Ganesh passes through player-made deployables. I can't fucking read right now. That's actually fucking good, because Ganesh can grab onto anybody who's made a wall in front of him. So if you have a Ymir who just whipped a wall in front of you, on her, put his fucking obelisk thing up, you can just burn right through that. That's actually really cool. I like that about Ganesh. Let's move on to his ultimate now. Fucking Duramic Pillars, maybe? I can't pronounce that word right. Duramic Pillars, I guess. Ganesh summons forth 4 great pillars of righteousness to imprison his enemies. Between each pair of pillars, a magical field is created, where an enemy passes through the field to take damage and slowed, and they have their protections reduced by 3 seconds. Okay, this is actually fucked. I like this. This sounds fucking cool. I actually want to see how this looks in-game. The duration lasts for 6 seconds. At level 5, the damage per hit is 255. So going through that 4 times, that's roughly 1,000 damage. It's a little over 1,000 damage just unupgraded. But you're not really gonna want to be building that much damage on Ganesh anyway. It's gonna be slowing them 40% every time they pass through that. I don't believe it stacks, but every time they pass through that, I imagine the timer resets. So every time they pass through that, they're going to be completely reset for that. Excuse me. They're going to be completely reset for that 3 seconds. So they're just going to keep running through and boom, boom, boom. You're probably going to get a maximum of maybe like, I don't know, 12 seconds of 40% slowed. That's fucking insane. And then their protections are reduced 55, and I imagine they reset as well every 3 seconds. So that's really fucking good. Ganesha is actually turning out to probably be one of the best gods in the game right now. I just want to see how these abilities look really quickly, like in game. Okay, so that's what that does. This is the lotus position. Okay. Grab. Oh, that was cool. You just a little bitch slap. And, oh. Whoa, that's fucking cool. I'm gonna go do this to Ra. Okay, so I figured that these pillars were gonna be kind of put like in a form of like in front of them, so they can only pass through them. That's kind of why when I was describing it, it was like that. But I guess it's only one way out. That's actually fucking cool. Whoa, I actually really like that. That's actually really, really awesome. And then that's his silence. Okay, okay. I'm digging Ganesh. I'm digging him. Ooh, this is actually, I don't really play the support because I just like doing burst damage and dealing a lot of damage and all that jam. And Ganesh is actually turning out to be one of the support characters I might actually play. Because, like, damn, he's fucking fun. Just from playing him for literally, I only got him for 7 minutes. Yeah, I feel like I won't be seeing that kill thing very often, though, if I decide to play as him. So I'm going to go ahead and crap up a build right quick. I'll be right back, and I'll obviously go, you know how I fucking do builds if you've seen these before. I'll be right back. Okay, this is what I did for my build. It only took me about 2.5 minutes to make, but that's, like I said, I played Guardians quite a bit in this game, so I'm quite experienced with making builds on the fly. So the first thing you want to do with Ganesh, build Shoes of Focus. You're going to be getting 40 magical power, 250 mana, 10% cooldown reduction, and 18% movement speed, which seems like you're going to need some cooldown reduction on Ganesh because you're going to be able to use your abilities quicker. You're going to be able to silence, deal more damage, grab, pull, knock up, and use that cool-ass ultimate. Next thing, pretty much an essential for every single Guardian, Hide of the Urchin, first item. You're going to be getting 35 magical protection, 35 physical, 250 health and mana, and the passive is you gain 3 magical protection and 3 physical protection for every god or assist killed, which in Ganesh's case will count for whatever he does, because that is fucking awesome that his passive gives you assists. Like I said, hashtag let's get a god to a diamond without any kills. Next, Gem of Isolation. It's an attack item that sometimes I like building on Guardians, and on Ganesh it seems like a good idea because of his first ability. So Gem of Isolation, 90 magical power, sorry, 250 health and 10% crowd control reduction. Enemies hit by this damaging ability will deal or move 25% slower. That is the reason I choose this item, because if an enemy is running away, you have quite a bit of distance with this, and you move pretty goddamn quickly, not gonna lie. So you could smack somebody from far away and they're moving 25% slower. You can catch them up with this, and then you could silence them, and then, you know, hit them with the ult, and then they're pretty much done. Next thing on the build is Stone of Gaia, and Stone of Gaia has been changed in one of the recent updates. I don't really remember which update it was, but Stone of Gaia now, its passive is very nice. If you're hit by a knock up, knock back, pull, or grab, you are instead enveloped by the earth, becoming CC immune for 1 second and can be only used once every 90 seconds. Its other passive, which I believe stayed the same, you regenerate 2% of your maximum health every 5 seconds, and the base things from Stone of Gaia are 400 health, 25 HP 5, and 15 MP 5. So the reason I choose this item is because, one thing, Ares is now absolutely useless with this. If you buy Stone of Gaia, you pretty much don't even need beads anymore, because you're going to be getting this back every 90 seconds, and which is pretty much double the time of beads anyway. And Ares is probably only going to get his ultimate every, like, I don't know if he builds maximum cooldown or maximum aura items. He gets it, like, every 60 seconds. So if you're not even standing in it, or you get beats, you know, double whammy him. It doesn't matter. He won't be able to stop you if you have both of these items, which is really ridiculous because you're pretty much making Ares' ultimate. I believe you still do take damage, though, by the way. So take that with a grain of salt. You will take damage from your beads and from Stone of Gaia. But with Stone of Gaia, you're going to be getting pretty much the health that he's taking from you. You're going to get it all back anyway. Next on the list, I'm going to be getting 2 items that are pretty much in the same exact category, and it's for the exact same reason. I like to build equal amounts of protections for both magical and physical, unless you want to build situational, which I'd say go towards whatever the team has in favor. So let's say, 3 magical, 2 physical, which you really shouldn't ever see ever, but build more magical. Vice versa, build more physical. But with Mantle of Discord, which is almost a necessity, you get 60 physical protection, 60 magical, and 10% CDR. It's passive. If you take damage below 30% health, you unleash a shockwave that stuns all enemies within a range of 20 units. You gain 1 second. For 1 second, I apologize. You gain CC immunity, which is nice again for 1 second. And the effect can trigger more than once. Cannot, I apologize, for 90 seconds. So that's another one of those 90-second cooldown things. And last but not least is Spirit Robe, which is the same exact thing. It's just kind of a less downed version of Mantle Discord, which gives you 40 physical, 40 magical, 10% CDR, and 20% CCR, which is really nice. You gain an additional 15% damage mitigation for 3 seconds whenever you are hit with a hard crowd control effect, a la Ares All. This can only occur once every 15 seconds. So pretty much you're fucking CC immune with this build. This is the crazy CC. This is CC Ganesh right here. Like, don't touch me. Fuck off. I'm Ganesh. The end. Pretty much in a nutshell, I'm really digging this god. One of my goals is hopefully to start using Twitter more, so I'll be putting my Twitter link down in the description if you guys want to give me a follow there. If you do not, no big deal. I probably won't be following through with that anyway anytime soon. But if you do want to stick with this channel, and if you do like this video, make sure to give this video a like. Let's see if we can break 25 likes. That'd be amazing. If you guys want to help me out as well, give me a subscribe. My goal is trying to break 75 subs. That would be mental if we could get to it. Hopefully this video shouldn't be getting a lot because Ganesh is also still a fairly new god, so hopefully we should meet new people in this community who watch build videos and you stumble across this. If you are a new person, or if you're a person who stays with this video, hello, how are you? Thank you for watching. That's pretty much it. I've rambled on for 15 minutes now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Also, really quickly, one more thing, everybody. I will be, Outlast 2 just came out, by the way. I see a lot of people are playing that. I've already beaten the game completely and, like, demolished it. But I'm going to be going through and trying to get the achievement, which is, like, the Energizer one from Outlast 1. And if you do not know what that is beating the game on the hardest difficulty, which, I did in the first game, and it took me a very long time speed running, and it took a lot of fucking effort, it took a lot of hate driven towards that game. If you guys want to see me make a Rage Taj little video on trying to get the Energizer achievement, which, without reloading the camera batteries as well, if you haven't seen anything about Outlast, it's a horror game where you use your camera to see. A lot of people know about it. You have to reload batteries in order to see. Pretty much beating the entire game, which is like a 2.5 hour experience for me now, without seeing in complete darkness, is 1, going to freak me the fuck out, and 2, it's going to piss me the fuck off. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments below. I'll make a video. It'll probably take about 2 weeks because that'll probably be how long it'll take me to beat the goddamn game. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys again for watching. See ya.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine.